Good evening on TV 47 News tonight. School fees row ranges. Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha tells parents to either pay school fees or stay with their children at home. Form 1 selection report is out. All 2020 candidates will get a chance to join a secondary school. IEBC ready to conduct the 2022 general elections. Chairman Wafula Chebukati says the electoral body will use multiple servers to limit complaints. At Wally Road spectacle. Kileleshwa residents still insist they prefer a road leading to nowhere named after an antelope to Kotu boss Francis at Wally. Chris Onyango is our sign language interpreter. Good evening, I'm Abubakar Abdullahi. Welcome to the broadcast. Tonight, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission has assured Kenyans that the commission is ready to conduct the 2022 general polls. IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati says the commission will use multiple servers to limit petitions after results are announced. Josh Onsare begins our broadcast tonight.
As 2022 draws near, the IEBC has launched its 2020-2024 strategic plan to guide on the commission operations and delimitation of boundaries. The IEBC chairman Wafula Chebukati said to avert an avalanche of petitions during the general election, the commission will install multiple servers for result transmission.
Issues of transmission should not be an issue that should affect elections in any way. We shall have multiple servers, not just one server, but several servers available.
To this end, the Commission has continued to work hard to ensure that preparations for the next general election and other related activities are on course, despite the very challenging times we are living in.
The stakeholders who attended the launch, among them the Registrar of Political Parties, National Police Service, the Judiciary, urged the Electoral Commission to enhance civic education and conduct a free and fair election.
Voter education should always be geared towards elimination of election violence by informing all the stakeholders and clarifying their rules on exactly what they are supposed to do towards elimination of election violence.
Independent Electoral Commission must remain sane, just like the judiciary must remain sane when madness engulfs us.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission Chairman Reverend Samuel Kobia suggested that the notorious hate speech speakers be barred from vying and traveling to foreign countries.
Those who incite violence should not be allowed to go to Europe or North America. And once this is known, I want to believe that very few politicians would like to continue behaving the way they do.
The launch of the 5-year strategic plan by the IEBC will see the commission and test how it is prepared for the 2022 polls. Josh Onsare, TV 47, Bomas of Kenya, Nairobi.
Moving on, National Treasury will release at least 40 billion shillings to counties by Friday this week. However, county bosses say the amount may not be enough to cater for the needs in the devolved units following a delay in the disbursement of funds. Grace Josephine has the details.
Just a day after the Council of Governors warned of a looming shutdown in the counties due to delayed disbursement of funds in the devolved units, Treasury has committed to disbursing at least 40 billion shillings to the county governments by Friday this week.
There was a slight delay in the inflows but we are happy now. We have the money. The money is going to hit our account on Thursday, and Friday we'll be making substantial disbursement. Friday or latest Monday, depending on the time it hits our account, we'll be doing a substantial disbursement of close to I think close to 40 billion. Close to 40 billion. That's for the balances of March and the full amount for April.
Treasury CS Ukuriatani was speaking during a virtual meeting with the Senate Committee on Finance. However, Governors Alfred Mutua and Anne Waiguru have welcomed the disbursement of the money to the counties. They, however, say the money is not enough.
Hawaelewi kwa nini hawajalipwa mshahara. Wale ambao wanaenda hospitali hawaelewi kwa nini hakuna dawa. Lakini mwenye na supply hawezi leta dawa kama hajalipwa. Let's just talk even on basics. So I think the National Treasury needs to start taking counties very seriously.
Even President Uhuru Kenyatta should also know that if you want to grow your agenda in this country, you need to grow the agenda from the ground. And the ground is counties. When people in counties are dissatisfied, those are the voters. They are dissatisfied. When people are hungry and they don't have money in their pocket, they can get confused by propaganda by other people. So when you limit money coming to counties, you're actually finishing yourself politically with your agenda.
According to Article 219 of the 2010 Constitution, a county's share of revenue raised by the national government shall be transferred to the county without undue delay and without deduction. Council of Governors Chairperson Martin Wambora said that counties will shut down services by the 24th of this month due to lack of funds. Collectively, counties are owed over 102.6 billion shillings, with only 2 weeks left to the end of the financial year.
Friday, this week, these will over counties the remaining 8 working days.
We've been basing our disbursement based on your balances. If you have, let's say, $1 billion, or that you are not spending, now you want the amount for the next month and the rest, we first give priority to those ones with low balances.
What he's simply saying is that he will just be peeping into the accounts if he finds somebody has 500 million, or encouraging governors to start withdrawing money in sacks.
Grace Josephine reporting for TV47.
Now, pay fees for your child or stay home with them. Education CS Professor George Magoha has warned. CS Magoha has directed school heads to ensure parents pay school fees on time. Mudhoni Maina has the details.
Yes, there you are, Principal Mangu.
Education CS Professor George Magoha reiterated his stand to school heads that they should send away learners whose school fees is yet to be cleared.
All the hullabaloo you're hearing about school fees is because somebody does not want to pay money that his or her child is going to eat while the child is staying at school. And I keep saying that people must pay fees, because I know people who are driving cars, good cars. They change clothes very well. They go to clubs to drink beer. The only thing they don't have is money to pay their children's fees. So I would want Dr. Mutua to kindly talk to her colleagues to stop attacking me without prejudice.
CS Magoha, however, stated that children coming from financially unstable families should be allowed to remain in school.
I've also said very clearly that the children who are poor and indigent must be left in school.
Kwale County was highly recognized as full sponsorships are acquired for all candidates.
Talk about the county government of Kwale, Honorable Salim Muvuria. May the God of heaven bless him, because he has ensured that all children from Kwale who go to high school are sponsored in full.
Meanwhile, the CS has banned the use of school buses for private purposes.
School buses are supposed to carry our children using COVID protocols from one place to another. So any other person who is using those buses for anything else now, action must be taken very firmly.
candidates of 2020 are the third cohort to be admitted under the 100% transition.
The 2020 KCPE candidates will therefore constitute the third cohort of students to be admitted to secondary schools under the government's policy of 100% transition.
Mudhoni Maina, TV 47.
Still on matters education, and all Form 1 students will report to school starting August the 2nd this year. Speaking this morning, CS Magoha said that over 1 million candidates who sat for their 2020 KCPE exams have been placed in various schools across the country in the 100% transition plan. Our Education Affairs reporter Andrin Kilemi has more.
The long wait for the 2021 Form 1 placement is finally over. 2020 KCPE candidates will now report to their respective secondary schools from the 2nd of August this year. Education CS Professor George Magoha led the launch of the Form 1 selection exercise in Nairobi.
In the selection, we have strictly applied the principles of equity, fairness, merit, transparency, inclusiveness, and affirmative action in placing candidates to each school category. And that's why this placement has taken a little bit longer.
17,406 girls will join national schools compared to the 18,848 boys. 95,646 girls will join extra-county schools compared to the 105,431 boys. 115,325 girls will join county schools compared to the 98,000 boys. The total number of girls joining secondary school this year is higher than the boys. Candidates who scored more than 400 marks were placed in national schools and extra-county schools of their choice. The special needs candidates were placed in their school of choice based on their disability categories on merit.
For those very senior government people who can afford, for example, to take a child to Kabarak, why did you take your child there instead of saying, displace this junior, displace this one, and put mine there? What are you doing with your money? What exactly are you doing with your money? Take your child to Strathmore. So instead of saying, now, you must give me allowance, why don't you go and take your child to another school and pay for it? So that you leave the chance to somebody from the slums who has earned that place.
Some secondary schools attracted high numbers of applicants than their holding capacities. Nanyuki High School had the highest number of applicants, with more than 154,000 applicants having the Laikipia-based school as their school of choice. The Ministry of Education says there will be no selection of Form 1 candidates at the sub-county level. KCPE 2020 candidates now have a month to report to schools. The Ministry of Education says it has placed all learners in secondary schools in keeping up with the 100% transition. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47, Nairobi.
Thank you, our Education Affairs reporter Andrin Kilemi, for that report. Remember, the CS has told parents to either pay school fees or stay at home with their children. And that partly forms our topic of discussion tonight. Our guest after this break is the National Parents Association Chairman Nicholas Mayo, who will be making sense of the school fees crisis. That discussion is after this break, but time for us to take a short break. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits, convenient four-story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction.
These are the sights and sounds of a working nation. There are no shortages to remarkable ideas. What's missing is the will to execute them.
You need to stay relevant. If you don't, you're going to fade off.
Yes, they are a dime in a dozen, but the real meat on these bones comes from trying to realize them.
You just need to perfect anything. If it's drawing, if it's music, pursue it 100% because it's something that is giving back.
Join me, Violet Njoki, as I tell you the stories of these executed ideas, because yours could be next. Mondays, 7:30 p.m.
Hey, now that's hitting the right notes. When life gets boring, we bring out our play. You see, playfulness is in our DNA. It's in the way we move and laugh. It's in the way we walk, the way we rock, and how we just don't stop. You feel me? We add color to everything, to every day and every dish, because the world needs our crazy. We're the different flavors that make life more exciting. We're the ones who add color to every moment. Fanta, color every moment.
Well, the speaker is neither here nor there.
I should have done my outro from here.
Yes, no.
And we're just like that. I look beautiful.
Tune in to Morning Cafe, Mondays to Fridays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. with me, Linda Alela, only on TV47, the home of Untold Stories.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku. Pata offers zote mahali pamoja ili uongee zaidi, utume SMS zaidi na ubrowse zaidi.
Wewe usijali. Tuma namba ya kila supplier kwa hiyo soko. Enda Joble nitaongea na kila mmoja wao.
Very good. Piga *444 utunukiwe Credo double.
Raukia siku njema na tunukiwa offers kila siku.
A show with a unique perspective as to the property industry right here in Kenya. Not only showing you the properties available, but also showing you how you can improve the ambience, look and feel of your living and working spaces.
Yes.
Wow.
This is our office.
This is amazing.
Currently we have a lot of design ideas.
Ranging from your sitting areas, dining areas, as well as your resting and bedroom areas. We have it all right here on this show. Accessories, finishes, as well as the furniture. You can put it in your house to make it unique and incredible.
The Realtor, every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Every plant or animal has a story, and so does every farmer. It could be a day or a year of hard work, heavy rainfall, or a season of... Wait a minute. Hold up. What's happening? Anyway, as we were saying, or a season of drought, bountiful harvest, or growing losses, overwhelmed with a delicate task to feed the nation. This and every Sunday at 7:30 p.m, KILIMO Diaries tells you a farmer's story.
At NCBA, we can tailor-make your SME business solution to suit your business. It's what we have done for over 50,000 businesses so far.
50,000? Mommy, that is 50,000 families with 50,000 meals every day and 50,000 dreams coming to life.
We know that it's not about the business, but about caring for loved ones. Get NCBA SME Banking Solutions. The name is NCBA, and the numbers that matter to you matter to us. NCBA Bank. Go for it.
Candace, what's that?
I brought you a small bonus.
Bonus for what?
You got us 299 family dinners, 64 kisses on the cheek, 12 road trips to see grandma, 42 jokes from daddy, 49 laughs from mommy.
In over 60 years of dealing with numbers, we've learned that the numbers that matter the most to you are the ones that matter the most to us. NCBA Bank. Go for it.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta's remarks on supporting a joint NASA candidate in the next year's polls continue to elicit mixed reactions across the political divide. Members of the opposition coalition NASA are, however, split on who should be their flag bearer, if indeed the coalition will be revived. Our parliamentary affairs reporter Elizabeth Mutuku now reports.
President's remarks on supporting a joint NASA candidate during the 2022 polls continues to raise political temperatures in the country. The remarks have been welcomed by the NASA coalition MPs, but are split on who the joint candidate should be among the NASA core principals Raila Odinga of ODM, Musalia Mudavadi of ANC, Ford Kenya's Moses Wetangula, and Kalonzo Musyoka of Wiper.
Kwa hivyo sisi tuko barabani ya kwenda One Kenya Alliance. Lakini kama Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga ameona kuna busara yake, ataheshimu ile mkataba tuliandika chini na tukasema yeye hatasimama 2022, na tena chama cha ODM kikisimamisha mwito 2022, na atawachilia hao viongozi wengine, Mheshimiwa Musalia Mudavadi, Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, Mheshimiwa Wetangula, kukubaliana candidate na wapatie support. Sisi tutaendelea na hiyo mrengo.
We've already tried for 10 years to support the Honorable Raila Odinga. So why will we repeat, really? And we know if the main candidate is changed just a little bit and the whole team works together, we know very well that a lot more will be achieved in terms of the numbers. Politics is a game of numbers.
Deputy President William Ruto, however, in a seemingly mocking tweet, faulted President Kenyatta's stand, the Jubilee Deputy Party leader, questioning whether what he terms as destruction or dismembering of Jubilee, a national party, was meant to pave way for support of regional tribal parties in NASA. DP Ruto further questions whether the collapse of Jubilee, it is fair for those who can't fit in ethnic parties to build UDA as an alternative national party. President Uhuru Kenyatta, while meeting the Kamba leaders, called for reunion of opposition coalition ahead of 2022. The president assured of his support to the NASA coalition.
Only Musalia Mudavadi who stepped down in his favor and supported his presidency. All along, when President Uhuru Kenyatta has been looking for the presidency, it is only Musalia who has the history of supporting him. And therefore, it will be very important for him to return the favor in 2022. So I call upon President Uhuru Kenyatta, when you look at all those prerequisites I've cited, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi is best fit to be supported.
Speaking in Likoni, Mombasa County, ANC party leader Musalia Mudavadi pointed out a lack of trust within NASA coalition. Mudavadi says NASA is already dead and might not be revived. His remarks comes days after both Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and ODM leader Raila Odinga hinted of a possibility reunion ahead of 2022.
Na mimi na Kalonzo hatuwezi kukosana. Tutakubaliana tu. Tukubaliana tu, tutasimama pamoja ili tuweze kutoa hawa wezi.
DP Ruto's allies now calling on President Kenyatta to quit the Jubilee Party.
Yeye ni mwanaharakati wa chama cha NASA. Na kwa hivyo ningetaka kusema sababu kiti hawezi kuwa wazi. Tafadhali aondokee Mheshimiwa William Ruto, yeye aende kwa mpinzani, na kwa hiyo mwaka umebaki William Ruto aendeleze mambo ya serikali vile katiba inatushurutisha. Asanteni.
Mudavadi, Kalonzo, KANU chairman Gideon Moi and Ford Kenya party leader Moses Wetangula have been pushing for a coalition. The leaders who had accompanied Mudavadi also faulted President Uhuru Kenyatta's decision to appoint the 34 judges out of 41 who had been proposed by the Judicial Service Commission.
So don't agree to break up, because if you stay together, then you are more or less guaranteed to come and tell me this is the way we want to go. And because you are the ones who are going to have the most people, I will support. That is what he's been consistent on. And even for anybody, including the Deputy President, to think that this is against him, he needs to ask himself what changed. Because the initial arrangement was the Jubilee Party had the most people around him.
The politics of trust and mistrust seems to be taking shape ahead of 2022 polls, and on whether NASA coalition is going to stand the test of time is a matter of wait and see. Elizabeth Mutuko, TV 47 Palm Biddings, Nairobi.
Well, still on politics, and a sharp division is brewing between members of parliament on whether political leaders vying for different seats will be required to have a degree certificate come next year's polls. At least 2 members of parliament have forwarded their petition before the House leadership, seeking to defer the law until the 2027 elections.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I beg to lead.
Pressure continues to mount on those seeking to vie for different leadership positions come next year's general elections. At least 2 members of National Assembly have presented their petition before the House leadership, seeking mercy from the members of Parliament to shoot down the law.
They further argue that since the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted the academic calendar, some sitting and aspiring candidates who do not meet the academic requirements may be disadvantaged, as they may not have completed the pursuit of their degrees within the projected time period of less than 2 years to the next elections.
There were many in the cabinet of President Uhuru Kenyatta and Honorable Raila Odinga. So what happened when the House passed it? President Kibaki used his veto power in accordance with Article 115 of the Constitution, and he overturned the decision of the House. Then in the 11th Parliament, Mr. Speaker, we had a very robust discussion, and we took into consideration the concerns of our colleagues.
Section 22 of the Elections Act number 24 of 2011 provides for the academic requirements for election to the position of the President, Governor, Members of Parliament and Members of County Assemblies. According to IEBC Chair Wafula Chebukati, the law will take effect come next year's general elections, and those wishing to go to court, they are allowed to do so.
If anybody wants to go to court, I think they are free to do so. Or Parliament can revisit the issue by way of legislation. We have no problem with that. For us as a commission, we apply what the law says at a particular point in time. So we have no problem if anybody wants to go to court. That's what is in the law.
Pressure is also mounting from some members of county assemblies wanting the National Assembly to cut off the discussion.
Si kwamba inatisha MCAs vile watu wanafikiria. Nimeona watu wanasema MCA wajasoma. MCAs wengi wamesoma na labda walikuwa wanafikiria kwamba kutakuwa na nafasi ya ile siasa ya kijiji.
Could be it's a way they are also trying to say that let us not just be taken like this, we only represent the wards. Apart from representing the wards, we can also be in a position like being county ministers.
Shida mingi tulipata ni kuwa na viongozi semi-illiterates katika county.
Our colleagues, some of them who didn't have degrees then, were in parliament and they didn't know we were passing. I want to give you the magnitude of the problem if you don't have a degree. I remember very clearly and vividly, we passed that amendment and those colleagues of ours who didn't have degrees then, one of them even approached me at the lobby and asked me, is it true that we have passed an amendment that is now going to bar anyone who doesn't have a degree from contesting? And Mr. Speaker, I told him yes, and he was shocked, and he was seated right inside Parliament, Mr. Speaker.
Already the electoral body has begun preparation for next year's general elections. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, Paul Kirobi, for that. You are watching your channel of choice, the county's television, TV47 News Tonight. Time for us to take a short break. Stay with us.
of Untold Stories.
Yako ya duka imepwisa na una kakitu zeka. Taxi amemaliza trip na una kitu zeka. Kadeti kame come through na una kakitu zeka. Download the Zeka mobile app today from your app store and enjoy up to 0% and 61 days to repay your loan. Zeka, introducing harmony and balance in your financial life. Zeka.
At Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits, convenient four-story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction.
Sonadol Extra imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli kupambana haraka na maumivu ya kichwa, mwili na hata meno. Sonadol Extra, hakika maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
The completion of the express highway will make commuting from Lukenya to Nairobi a matter of minutes. Invest now in Silver Gardens, a prime property located at the foot of Moore Hills by UIP Real Estate, just 55 kilometers from Nairobi CBD and easily accessible via Kangundo and Mombasa Road. It's just 250 meters from Mudhwani Shopping Center. Water and electricity are available. A 50 by 100 plot for just 500,000 Kenyan shillings, inclusive of a title deed. We have flexible payment terms and daily site visits. Are you looking to buy, build or invest? Book a plot with us today. Call us on 0708 423244 or email us at info@uip.co.ke or visit our website www.uip.co.ke. UIP Real Estate, the home of affordable land. You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back to TV 47 News Tonight. Thank you for choosing us. Remember, as always, you can be part of these bulletin and broadcasts. Send us a message on 22047. The hashtag to use is TV 47 News Tonight. Remember, your voice matters in this bulletin. Let's get your thoughts. Topic of discussion as we seek a connection with Nicholas Maiyo is on the school fees crisis. Let's get to more news as we connect with him. And police in Thika have launched a manhunt for a man suspected to have killed a 19-year-old university student in Thika. The student was found dead in her room in Thika. Willie Dennis Njiru now reports.
19-year-old Celestine Muthengei, a second-year student pursuing community development at an institution in Thika, is the latest slain victim to get into books after she was fatally attacked by a suspected jilted lover Monday night at her hostel. Police reports indicate that the deceased sustained multiple cuts on her chest, back, head and limbs, where she was pronounced dead on arrival at the Thika Level 5 hospital.
Bedi yenye Sele alikuwa amekalia ilikuwa bedi yangu. Sasa alikuwa amekaa hapo kwa edge ya kitanda, mimi nilikuwa nimelala hapo nyuma yake. Hiyo mtu anaingia, Sele ako wapi? Sele anamuuliza ndio mimi hapa. Sasa akamwambia tu ulikuwa nadhani sitawahi kukupata. Akaanza tu kumstab.
In fact, hakusema kitu hata. Alikuwa tu Sele alinyamaza tu. Hakusema anything. Haku hata piga nduru. Sijui ni kama alishtuka.
Her roommates, who spoke on condition of anonymity for fear of reprisal by their known assailant who is still at large, entered their hostel room shortly after dinner.
Akisema tu bado tu anaongea na upole tu. Wewe msichana ulikuwa unafikiria sitaki kupata. Alikuwa ameka mfuko. Mkono kwa mfuko. Then akatoa tu kisu. All of a sudden tu hivyo na akaanza hivyo stopping hivyo tu like several times.
Distress call by the four girls in the room went unanswered as the assailant had since locked the door from inside and would later run away after committing the act.
Juu alifanya so fast anaharakisha lakini yani it seems hata ilikuwa target yake ilikuwa kwa shingo because unaona kame focus. So after that, ndio nikanotice alikuwa ameingia na akafunga mlango.
The roommates described Muthengei as a humble, idyllic and kind girl who was focused with her studies. They are now demanding justice for their colleague, calling for speedy investigations.
Sile venye mimi namjua ni mtu tu anakuanga na furaha, msichana mpole, ni msichana kwa tabia mzuri. Ana hizi kibelembele mingi, anakuanga tu ametulia. Kimasomo anakuanga tu focused. Kitu kama hiyo. Hapana, chali yake mwenye tunamjua. Wanapendana, kwa kweli wanapendana. Hakuna vita yote tushaisikia kati yao.
Si huyo mwenye.
Si huyo. Kanakaa tu student, venye tulimuona. Kanakaa tu student, sio mtu kutoka mbali. Harakishe huyu mtu apatikane, lazima alipie kitu amefanya, juu kitu amefanya hiyo ni unyama. Sio kitu poa.
Thika West Sub-County Police Boss Mohammed Kofa confirmed the incident, saying that they have since launched a manhunt for the suspect. For TV 47, I'm Willie Dennis Njiru.
Elsewhere, the late business mogul Chris Kirubi, who died on Monday, will be remembered and eulogized by many as a great entrepreneur. He shared his ideas freely on social media, guiding, motivating, and challenging the young and old alike. Lekishon Laban reports on DJ CK and the tweets.
The late Chris Kirubi will be remembered as one of Kenya's greatest entrepreneurs. His family confirmed his death on Monday at 1 p.m., saying he died of cancer, which he had fought with fortitude. Earlier that morning at around 8 a.m., Kirubi had tweeted, wishing his followers favor, success, achievements, and happiness. He tweeted, to his death. He died aged 80, but his involvement and activeness in social media is one thing that we will not forget about him. He joined Twitter in 2009, only 3 years after the platform was founded through an idea by Jack Dorsey. Since then, Kirubi's Twitter handle remained active to his death. He described himself on Twitter as a media owner, entrepreneur, and a mentor who thrived and embraced change fast. Chris had over 1.5 million followers on his Twitter account. Thousands have retweeted his last message while trending for the second day. Rest in peace messages all over his account. The late Chris liked challenging, encouraging, and motivating. His tweets includes on June 10, 2021 at 8:46 a.m. talking on choices that life gives and how you all need to see them. He says that life always gives a second chance. Another one is the tweet on June 9 discouraging limited minds, saying how we must challenge ourselves beyond self-imposed limits. During Madaraka Day this year, he tweeted saying the future belongs to those who conquer new horizons. And on Facebook, the late Chris Kirubi kept it alive with similar mission to the one on Twitter. He has over 400,000 followers on Facebook. He posted photos and videos with different messages, including selling his business ideas. In one video, he tells of his 2 River Mall dream. The late Kirubi used to mingle joyfully even with the youth. One of his Facebook videos shows him and ODM leader Raila Odinga dance with the youth in this Jerusalem Dance Challenge.
At Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable, and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns, and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits.
DJ CK.
At Global Precast
47.
Elsewhere, since a road in Kileleshwa was renamed in honor of KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli in May 2021, the push and pull continues. The signpost was again vandalized Monday night. And as Daniel Masidza reports, this time round, the signpost was burnt by unknown people before being replaced again.
The Francis Atwoli Road signpost in Kileleshwa in Nairobi has yet again been vandalized, this time reduced to ashes by unknown people last night. However, the signpost was later reinstated, with Atwoli turning to his Twitter handle to condemn the vandalism. The signpost has attracted uproar from Kenyans such as LSK President Nelson Havi and Senior Counsel Abdinasir Abdullahi. Nairobi County Government named the road after Atwoli in May in a ceremony led by the acting governor Ann Kananu alongside other county officials. The road was formerly known as Dik Dik Road, but the move to rename the road in Kileleshwa after Kotubo's elicited controversy, with the residents saying they prefer the cul-de-sac named after an antelope. to the human being. According to the Nairobi County Assembly standing orders, renaming a road should be introduced as a motion before the House, and if approved, it is effected. The recent naming of other roads such as Accra Road after legendary Kenneth Matiba in March 2021, Eastleigh's First Avenue after Garissa Senator Yusuf Haji, as well as Kapit Crescent Road in South B after Joka Denge were first debated and approved by the County Assembly. Daniel Masiza, TV47.
Now, the National Council of Churches of Kenya has raised concern over the rise of ethnic and region-based political mobilization in the country ahead of the 2022 general election. NCCK South Rift Chairman Ernest Ngeno said the mobilization risks polarizing Kenyans ahead of next year's general elections.
While such realignments are normal and expected, we are concerned that the seemingly breakup of the Jubilee Party has potential to foment tension and violence in our region. We are therefore deeply concerned about the trend of ethnicity and regional-based political mobilization that is picking up among our communities. If this trend is not stopped now, the 2022 general elections will most likely be violent and chaotic.
Elsewhere, the fastest growing TV station in Kenya was yet again on a Meet the Poor People tour in Nairobi County. Viewers got an opportunity to interact with the TV47 crew. The roadshow sneaked through Donholm, Embakasi, Industrial Area, Langata and Kibra. Residents were gifted with gift hampers and other merchandise from our sponsors, including Hetia's Supermarket, Somo Biscuits, Steamer Circle, Tropical Brands Africa, among other partners. Tomorrow the roadshow will be in Pangani, Zimmerman, Roysambu, Kahawa, among other estates. The roadshow runs through until Friday this week.
At Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable, and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits, convenient four-story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction.
These are the sights and sounds of a working nation. There are no shortages to remarkable ideas. What's missing is the will to execute them.
You need to stay relevant. If you don't, you're going to fade off.
Pangani, Zimmerman, Roysambu, Githurai, Kahawa, among other estates. Remember the philosophy being, this is your TV station, you as the viewer, and our attempt is to meet you wherever you are in the 47 counties. Remember, you're watching your channel of choice, the Counties Television, TV47. Let's get to the world of sports now and get sporty with Dennis